Hello everyone, Jo here from Community Pharmacy South Yorkshire. This is the second of the short monthly updates that I'm starting this year, where I'm going to give you a bit more visibility into the work happening across South Yorkshire on behalf of Community Pharmacy. Our strapline is supporting pharmacies, building healthier communities, and a lot of that work happens in rooms that most contractors, quite rightly, don't have the time to sit in. So today I wanted to talk about what the LPC actually does when you're not in the room, because the reality is that most of our work only matters if you never hear about it. If things are running smoothly, the meetings, the negotiations, any escalations, and the conversations across the health system should be largely invisible. So, at a national level, there's a lot going on right now. We know that contractual negotiations for community pharmacy in England have started again. And naturally, as a whole sector, we're watching closely to see what direction those discussions take. At the same time, we're continuing to see increasing challenges with medicine supply, stock shortages, and availability issues are becoming more common, and that places pressure directly onto your pharmacy teams and onto your day to day conversations with patients. So, here in South Yorkshire, a big part of the LPC's role is making sure that the pharmacy voice is heard within the wider system. That means regularly engaging with the Integrated Care Board and other partners across primary care. There's a lot of work going on right now around neighbourhood health models, integration of services across primary care, and how pharmacy can continue to play a role in delivering accessible care close to where people live. Pharmacy First, the contraception service, and prevention work such as the blood pressure testing and urgent care access are all part of those conversations. It's also important that decision makers outside the NHS understand the pressures that community pharmacy is under. And last week, we met with two local MPs, Ed Miliband and Lee Pitcher, talking to them directly about the realities facing community pharmacies. Those conversations help ensure the voice of South Yorkshire contractors is heard both locally and nationally. We're also getting ready for our next LPC committee meeting, which is coming up on the 25th of March. And there we'll be discussing contractor pressures, developments happening across the ICB, and how we're continuing to represent pharmacies effectively within a changing NHS landscape. One thing that I'd really like to encourage is for you as pharmacy owners and your teams to share stories directly with us. Part of representing the sector effectively is being able to explain what's actually happening in neighbourhood pharmacies every day. So, if you have examples of the difference that your pharmacy is making in your community, or equally where maybe the system is sometimes putting barriers in your way, please let me know. Those real world stories are incredibly powerful when we're speaking with NHS leaders, commissioners, and politicians. We're also working on ways to make communicating with us even easier. And after Easter, we're planning to launch a WhatsApp group to help make that connection more direct. In the meantime, you can always email us via info@cpsy.org.uk, or if you'd like to talk something through properly, you can book a one-to-one meeting with me via the CPSY website. The more we hear from you, the better we can represent the reality of pharmacy across South Yorkshire. So while you're focused on running your pharmacies and supporting your communities, part of our role at the LPC is to make sure your voice is present in conversations, supporting pharmacies and building healthier communities. So thanks for taking the time to listen, and I'll speak to you again next month.